I had chronic fatigue that started when I was 37 years old. I'm 52 now. And as time went on, just a lot of other symptoms developed, like insomnia and mood swings. I became very sensitive to bright light, to sound, to smell, skin sensitivity to light touch. I had brain fogginess, and it was just hard to think clearly, hard to remember things. And then food sensitivities started showing up. I was having abdominal symptoms with certain foods. Um, Exercise intolerance. I couldn't be on my feet for about more than about 15 to 20 minutes at a time, and I'd have to go lay down. And then the other thing that complicated getting treatment for anything is that I wasn't able to tolerate most of the meds or supplements that I tried. So I basically felt depressed and discouraged and like I was fighting for survival. So I was going through life and I was pushing myself to do everything that I possibly could to care for my family, but I just was failing to thrive. It was just a chronic state of feeling overwhelmed and overstimulated. And I just had a lot of negative emotional reactions. To different experts that I consulted, I kind of wrote that down. There were three gynecology providers, a nutritionist, five different mental health providers, many hours of psychotherapy, three functional medicine providers, and an endocrinologist. So that was probably over the course of 8 or 9 years that I was seeking help and meeting with all those different people. Then in 2019, which was about 9 years from the start of the chronic fatigue, I was in a bad auto accident. So even though I had no physical injuries from the accident, my condition worsened. And now PTSD was added to the mix. So prior to finding DNRS, I felt very alone. I seemed to have some rare disorder that no one understood, and at times I questioned my sanity. And it also gave me a very low self image because life was just so hard and I wasn't coping well. But then after watching the DNRS videos, it finally all made sense. And it became very clear that limbic system impairment was the root cause of all my symptoms. And then it was also extremely helpful for me to have a clearly defined healing process, like just to have it real clear what you needed to do. The first year I did DNRS just all on my own without outside support. So I watched all the videos, I learned the program, I did my, the hour of brain exercises every day faithfully. And I made really excellent progress early on. Like the first few months, I think all of my food sensitivities were gone. All of the sensitivities to light and sound and smell were gone. And so that was really, really positive, and also my energy was increasing. And so I was becoming way more active, but I still had a lot of mental and emotional its. And so initially, I knew about the living DNRS classes, now called group coaching. And but the thought of being on Zoom for an hour with a bunch of strangers was just very intimidating and felt unsafe. So I finally got brave enough to try the group coaching, and it ended up being a huge game changer for me. And so just that extra clarification that the class provided really made a difference. I feel absolutely great. Like every symptom is long gone. I'm healthy, I'm active. I've met all my goals probably over 3 years ago, and I'm basically living the life of my dreams. I am just so, so happy. And I'm also so much more resilient. Like, obviously, life brings challenges, and sometimes there's worrisome situations, but I'm able to work through them and press on with courage. And then Probably the best change is that my relationships with my husband and children and even extended family members is so much better. I used to be super sensitive and I interpreted everything as criticism, and now that's gone and I can trust people again, and that allows relationships to become deeper. So I would say that DNRS is a tried and true method, and you don't have to do everything perfectly, but just keep pressing forward and stay the course. And I also strongly recommend coaching. I did two back-to-back 12-week group coaching online classes, and that was a huge game changer for me. And I also contacted some coaches individually at times when I would reach a plateau. I did a few individual sessions, and that was also helpful. Go through the videos and, watch all the videos and then immediately join a group coaching class. Like I felt like I would have healed faster if I had done that. So I can't begin to express how thankful I am that God led me to find DNRS and how effective it was in teaching me the principles that I needed to heal my limbic system. So I think these tools that I've learned in DNRS will be helpful for the rest of my life.